Tonight on Connecticut's news station, tragedy to close out the holiday weekend. There's still 2 people unaccounted for. One day after the boat they were riding in crashed into just outside the marina. A live report next on recovery efforts.
Only weeks out from the Durham Fair, organizers are now walking back their announcement that cannabis plants would be on display. It would have been a first of its kind exhibit for the state, but those plans have suddenly changed. We'll tell you why.
And new help for families picking up the pieces after last month's catastrophic flooding, where victims can go for essentials and how you can still help.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We begin in Old Saybrook. A full 24 hours have gone by since a crash sent 9 boaters into the water, killing 1 person. Tonight, 2 are still missing. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. The search has been called off until the morning. They're calling it a recovery mission now, no longer a search and rescue operation.
Earlier today, they pulled the 31-foot boat out of the water near the Harbor 1 Marina. No answers yet as to what caused that crash.
And Fox 61's Kaylee Collins joins us live from Old Saybrook with the very latest tonight. Kaylee.
Sarah, Brent, good evening. Yeah, that search will resume as of 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And in the meantime, safety experts are just reiterating the need to take those safety precautions when out on the water. A tragic end to the Labor Day weekend along the shore.
Everyone. I've never seen so many first responders here in Old Saybrook.
Police were called to a boating accident just after 9 o'clock Monday night near the Harbor 1 Marina in Old Saybrook. A 31-foot boat had crashed into a break wall with 9 people aboard.
There's a lot of factors with being at 9:15 or so at night. It was dark.
1 person was found dead on the boat, while 6 others, including the boat's operator, were sent to the hospital. 2 adult men remain missing. Search efforts were conducted throughout the day on Tuesday and suspended for the night as of 7:30 p.m.
You know, rescue efforts that go on, they take a lot of time. Sometimes, you know, they get found quickly. Sometimes it takes a day or 2. It's very slow and methodical. They are great at what they do.
Meanwhile, investigators continue to look into what might have caused the crash, including speed or alcohol, as well as if the GPS system was working properly.
Based on the damage, it looks like they hit it, you know, pretty hard at high speed.
A boating expert familiar with this area of water where the river meets the sound says it's not unusual for boaters to veer outside of the channel to avoid the no-wake zone.
However, the north side of that breakwater is marked by a beacon that is not lit. So it is very, very difficult to see in the evening if you're unfamiliar with the area and if you're taking that shortcut.
While the exact cause of the accident is unknown, experts and experienced boaters alike reiterate the importance of taking safety precautions.
Well, safety equipment is the type of thing that no one ever thinks that they're going to need, but a lot of times they do.
Life jackets are a must. It's by statute. You know, whether you wear them or not, you're not required to this time of year on a powered vessel. But we preach, you know, wear your life jacket, especially at night.
Yeah, it's definitely a tragedy.
And again, the search for those 2 missing men will pick back up tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. At this point, the identities of all involved in this incident have yet to be released. We're live in Old Saybrook tonight. Kaylee Collins, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Kaylee, thank you. We are closely following this tragedy on the water out of Old Saybrook. Stay with Fox 61 on air, online, and on the free Fox 61 News app for updates. We're working to get more information about another shooting in New Haven this evening. Police say they are investigating after a person was shot in the area of Edgewood Avenue and Hotchkiss Street. It comes after 3 different shootings in the city since Monday evening. We've not yet received details about the victim's condition in this shooting.
Time for a first check of the forecast. Coming off a beautiful 3-day weekend. Hard to imagine some better weather for us.
And it looks like we're in for a stretch of good weather. As a matter of fact, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now with details. Rach?
Yeah, this is the good stuff that people who love early fall weather dream about year round. And this sunny stretch is going to take us right through the end of the work and school week before we mix things up. And we've got not only sunshine in the mix, but also these cool nights nights ahead. Right now, we're looking at temperatures close to the 60-degree mark for Hartford and New Haven, and overnight lows that will again drop back into the 40s to near 50 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. So a little taste again of that early fall weather. 47 for Windham, 49 for an overnight low temperature in Waterbury, and low to mid-50s for the Connecticut shoreline. So for the bus stop tomorrow morning, maybe the kids need a little light jacket or a hoodie to start off the day, which we know kids will probably lose and leave at school. By afternoon, it's just the sunglasses that you need. Any light jacket could certainly be ditched. And I think that temperatures will be a few degrees warmer than they were outside today, closer to the 80-degree mark as we head through the afternoon. If you like today and you like tomorrow, you're going to like Thursday, you're going to like Friday too, before we see more clouds, more humidity, and a rising chance for a few showers this weekend. But it's not all bad. We'll explain coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. Police in Ansonia are searching for 4 people involved in an armed robbery. They say Saturday night, a group stormed AC Washing Well on North Main Street. A person pointed a gun at an employee demanding money. They made off with all the money in the register. Police aren't releasing too many details right now, but they believe one of their suspects was 19 to 20 years old, driving a white Honda Civic. The other 3 appeared to be teenagers. If you know anything, you're asked to call the Ansonia Police Department.
A traffic stop on I-84 turned up hundreds of bags of dangerous drugs over the weekend. State police sharing this photo of what they believe to be 600 bags of fentanyl. It's 124 grams in total. Police say they found the drugs in the car of 2 Maine residents driving near the Willington Rest area on I-84 on Saturday. Police arrested both people in the car, charging them with drug possession. They're being held on a $50,000 bond.
A close call in Enfield this morning. Police say the driver of a tractor trailer barreled past a school bus with its lights and signals activated. Police are now sharing a picture of the truck. They say it was unregistered and had to be towed. This all happened on Elm Street. An important safety reminder tonight with school buses back on the road. Passing a school bus when its signals are activated is not just illegal, it's extremely dangerous. It also carries a hefty $475 fine.
It's lights out for a New Haven nightclub that police accuse of putting customers in danger. The Connecticut Department of Consumer Protection has pulled the liquor license for Noah on Crown Street. The downtown Thai restaurant and bar was the scene of a non-fatal shooting on Saturday. Last November, there was a stabbing and numerous other violations, like serving underage customers alcohol and other unsanitary bar practices. Noah can no longer serve alcohol until further notice.
Durham Fair organizers had originally planned to allow cannabis in its plant exhibitions this year.
But the group says after being advised by state leaders, they have decided not to go forward with that plan. And many fairgoers say it's a frustrating decision. Fox 61's Jake Garcia is in studio tonight with the reason behind the move. Jake?
Well, Britt and Sarah, officials say their goal was to display cannabis plants in an educational manner at the fair later this month, but doing so would actually require action by the General Assembly. From the livestock to the rides to the food, thousands head out to the Durham Fairgrounds every year for the state's largest agricultural fair. This year, the Durham Fair planned to add cannabis and hops to its list of plants on exhibit. But after guidance from the Connecticut Department of Consumer Protection, the fair reversed course. In an email to Fox 61, fair officials wrote, "In meetings with the Department of Consumer Protection, the fair realizes there is no way to offer this exhibit within the state statutes as they are currently written. The Department of Consumer Protection regulates cannabis in our state. They said if the Durham Fair wanted to follow through with the original plans, state lawmakers would have to, quote, permit educational displays in legislation. So these kinds of plants and products could be shown off outside of recreational or retail use." The fair's coordinator of plant science told Fox 61 the intention of the exhibit was educational and DCP agents recognized that in a positive way. However, the statutes were written with concern for the grower, retailer, and general public, and at this time are not in alignment with what is needed for an educational exhibit. To add to the already complex nature, there's a lot of gray area when it comes to the possession of cannabis plants in public spaces. In recent months, cannabis advocates have pushed state lawmakers to reevaluate and expand laws to keep up with the industry. Even though cannabis exhibits won't be making the cut this year, hops will be included at the fair, falling under their vegetable category. Officials say they expect at least 10,000 people to submit exhibits in the over 2,300 classes available at the Durham Fair. Now, we reached out to the Durham Fair officials to see if anybody had already applied to submit their plants and that are now out of luck, but no answer was given. The Durham Fair runs September 26th through the 29th. Reporting in studio, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Jake. Tonight, we're learning the Red Cross is working with local organizations to help families recovering from the Naugatuck Valley flooding.
Yeah, 2 weeks out, and there are still hundreds of families in need, having just lost everything to the raging waters. The Red Cross is setting up multi-agency resource centers in Southbury and Naugatuck tomorrow and Thursday. Just head to the Southbury Senior Center tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Meals, snacks, cleanup kits, essential items, all there if you were impacted by last month's flooding. You can head to the Naugatuck YMCA at that same time on Thursday for those same services.
In the last 2 weeks, the Red Cross says their team has provided 3,700 meals and snacks and 600 emergency relief items. They say they've helped more than 450 families. Head to our website, fox61.com, for more details on these centers and how you can help.